EmKay, one question haunts and hurts.
Too much to mention.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to Top Oz Fandom Podcast, Down the Yellow Brick Pod, in our 7th season. Too much to mention because we are still at it. I'm Tara.
And I'm EmKay, and we are your royal custodians meets Connie and Carla of Oz, preserving and peeling back the curtain on the wonderful world located somewhere over the rainbow and its perseverance in culture.
Join us tossing open our textbooks and grimoires as we fall down fresh new rabbit holes this season.
You may find us hanging out with Elphaba's granddaughter in Gregory Maguire's Another Day series.
Or taking a detour, second star to the right and straight on to morning.
Or chasing Judy Garland-size rainbows.
Or perhaps providing our L. Frank to be exact, analysis of Wicked for Good. Don't be offended.
In addition, we will also be conducting interviews with Ozian delights in our Slipperhood, Good Witch, and Masters Behind the Curtain series. Stay tuned for a magical lineup of guests.
The Wizard of Oz has been with us like so many of you since our earliest of memories, and now in adulthood, it's gotten us through some frightening times. And friends, we have such faith that it will continue to do so.
Off the pod, please say hi to us on Instagram and TikTok, and consider joining our Patreon Pod Squad if you haven't already. Exclusive content and community events and bonus giveaways, oh my! We live to spoil our Patreon fam, and they are the first to receive all official Down the YBP updates, including discounts to live shows, merch, and our annual retreat. Sign up today with a free week trial at any tier. Your support makes the pod's dreams that we dared to dream really do come true.
Now, may the world of Oz continue to be a bewitching escape in bewildering years, nostalgic and nuanced, and keep on changing us for good. To Oz, EmKay.
To Oz.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back to Down the Yellow Brick Pod, where we are really living the title of our season today. Too much to mention. Because we are in the Bavarian storybook chestnut that is the Bluebird, aka
Chestnut.
20th Century Fox's response answer to The Wizard of Oz and trying to have its own Technicolor feat of fantasy as well, starring none other than Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
But before she was Shirley Temple
Shirley
Black.
Temple Black.
Shirley Temple.
U.S. ambassador.
U.S. ambassador, breast cancer survivor.
What
that
a
was also
star.
something that was like a big
Oh my
part of
God.
her legacy as an adult.
Yes.
My childhood bestie, Shirley Temple.
Your best friend.
Literally my best friend. This
Oh my
film has been
God.
something that we have covered in our Patreon community really
Yes.
early on. I want to say in like
Back in
2021.
the day. Yeah, it was
Did this
early.
as an early, I think we did something called the Bluebird Brunch where we watched this film with our Patreon community.
It was during the day. I
And we
remember
mined all the like Oz connections and
this.
wacky whimsy.
was
Just this
fun.
movie is so off the charts fever dreamy in so many ways. Like there is a land of unborn children.
Just think about that.
Well, unborn white children, it should be called. Unborn white
Correct.
children.
There's no
It is the
diversity.
there is no diversity in this
And
film.
there's the like Romeo and Juliet couple of children who are like betrothed, and they're like, oh my God, you can't take him away from me.
That has stayed with me since I was a kid. So just to like get us started, I very much like this film was in my VHS
This
rotation
was
as a
in
regular.
your childhood.
Like I would watch Dirty Dancing than this. So that should explain everything.
That's
You know,
fantastic.
Return to Oz was in there. This like it just was in the VHS rotation. This was one of my favorite Shirley Temple films. And I had a dear friend in high school who also was obsessed. And then we relived it in high school. And we were like
Oh my God.
realizing in high school, like this film is psychotic. Like this film is wild.
Isn't that great when you have those
You have
moments as
that-
an adult? You're
yes.
like, wait, this was not normal.
No, this was not normal. This is a very bizarre film.
Ah.
And yeah, we used to do like the fairy at the beginning, who's like a crotchety good witch of the north. Like
I
she
love
is,
her. She's so fierce.
her name is Barry Loon, but she literally goes, "I'm Barry Loon," and we used to do that
You
all
would
the
say that.
time. I'm
I want
Barry
to wear
Loon.
her patchwork cloak.
She's like, "What are you talking about?" She's so
angry. It's like everyone's
And
angry in
and
this
then she
film. No one's
leaves.
kind. There's no one who's really kind. Like
There's
everyone's
like
kind of
people trying to take others down. And there's so much like so many ominous moments when their future sister is like, I can't
no,
wait to
don't
meet
don't even go
you.
there. Don't even go there. We have to explain all this. Like this
Like,
is probably
I
making no
know.
sense to the
I hope you have watched this film because if not,
You should
join
watch it because
us.
it
Join
is
us
like
on this
it is
ride.
a huge film in like Shirley Temple's Fox trajectory. It
Era.
kind of marked the beginning of the end. This film was
Mhm.
her first official flop. That
Oh, well, she had a good
yeah,
run.
she had a really great run.
She had a
She
really good run.
right before this film, she went on her first ever vacation because she never had the option to go on a vacation. And she
That's
was starting
crazy.
to enter her teen years, her tween years, and they didn't know what to do with her. So things were starting to already be a little bit um like what do we do? What do we do? She went from being the number one box office star to like she was still like number three, number four, number
I
five.
know
Like
it's
she was
like it's
not
not bad.
no, like she was still up there, but she was starting to get older. She was losing that
Hmm.
childhood spark plug magic that she had.
Right.
And they did one more film called Young People, which I actually enjoy. I loved Young People as a child as well. They did that, and that was it. That was the nail in the coffin
Mm.
before she'd go to MGM, which we'll talk about troubled times there. And then
Hmm.
she kind of bounced around a little bit in her late teens, early 20s. Then she officially marked the ending of her Hollywood time. So The Bluebird is really big in
A
terms of its
turning point.
connections to The Wizard of Oz, a turning point in Shirley
Hmm.
Temple's career. And it's kind of a forgotten, like it has faded a bit into obscurity, but I do think when people remember it, it's such a wild roller coaster to remember because you're like, wait, the land of unborn white children. What? The
I
grandparents visit? Like there's so
You
many things in
visit your
this
grandparents.
that are a little bit like, oh, I don't even know. Like it's like
Disturbing.
macabre. Like I don't even know how to describe this.
I did not watch this as a child. I didn't even know this existed until like our pod.
Yeah, it
I've never
definitely
met
was in
someone
my
who's
Shirley Temple collection.
watched it outside of you.
Really?
I mean, they may have watched it, but it's never come
Never
up in
come up.
day-to-day
Yeah, but
conversation.
what is your Shirley Temple lore? That is my question for you. Like, what was your introduction to Shirley Temple? Like, what did you watch of hers? Did you
I
ever watch
mean,
anything, or am I your Shirley Temple lore? Because I definitely forced you to watch films with me.
I definitely like would watch because we would have TCM on. I feel like that was a channel that was on a lot, or I would
And
just
the
go to
90s her
it.
state also was
Yeah.
doing a lot.
Yeah, it was
She had
there. So
VHS
obviously
collections, DVD
I knew who
collections.
she was, but she wasn't my like I wasn't watching her movies on the daily. I can't even really think. Like she was just someone who was there. And then I definitely remember seeing the what's the I don't know what movie it's from when she's like tap dancing with one
Stand Up
of
and Cheer, the
the
polka
is
dot
that what it
dress.
is? Yes, the polka dot dress.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
the
know
first
that.
film that put her on the map.
I know that clip very well.
Her shaking her
Um
curls and tapping. Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, again, she's like Oz to me. Like you'd be in a like a store and there'd be like a photo of Shirley Temple or like a DVD or a VHS and it's like, okay, I know who that is, but I
Can you
never
name any films?
have no.
Not one.
Mm-mm.
You've never seen Little Princess or Heidi? Oh,
I may have.
oh.
This isn't my lore.
It. Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Little
It
Colonel.
all sounds great.
Bright Eyes, which is
I
an
love it.
excellent. Bright Eyes is an excellent one. That's where Good Ship Lollipop is from. That's a big one.
I'm the good tip. A lot of her
You sing some
singing and her
songs.
songs I
Sing
may
some
have
songs. Sing some
sung.
tunes.
You know what? You need to stop. Name a movie, sing a song, dance. No,
Shirley had
the
to.
You know what? Good Ship Lollipop because of like my dance studio that I went to, people were always dancing to that one. People were always dressed in the red and white polka dots. So I feel like I knew some of the songs.
Anything else besides
That's the
that song?
extent.
That's the extent. Oh my God,
No!
it's so good. Oh my gosh, I feel like Shirley Temple and I are very close
Your
because I
bestie.
really truly grew up on her entire VHS collection. Like I remember my great aunts who lived next door to my Nana and my Aunt Emma and my Aunt Maureen and Pop Up. who lived down the street from me. So this is my great
I
aunts
love a
lived in
pop pop.
between my Nana's house. And they had the whole black and white, some films, I think only like Little Princess was Technicolor and this one. Like there wasn't very many
Mm.
that were in color. They would eventually restore a lot of Shirley Temple's films in color in the 90s, and that was a big thing. And I would get those VHS tapes. Um, and that was a big thing. Like the restoring of old films into color was a huge thing in the
Yeah, that's
90s.
huge.
Yeah. But I remember they had this beautiful collection where she's in her stand-up and cheer polka dot dress on all the covers with a little still from each film would be on the VHS, and that
I
would be the
love
film
that.
that you have. And I just remember being so floored that there was just so much. There was endless opportunities of movies to watch.
So
Um,
many.
and I just grew up on those VHS tapes. There was a sing-along that I had too that got released in the 90s I was obsessed with. Yeah, I grew up on her, all the films. My obsession with Jack Haley is mostly because of him in Shirley Temple films.
Hmm.
He's excellent. In the two Shirley Temple films he's in, he's so fantastic. As Puddinghead, oh my God, he's so great. And in Poor Little Rich Girl, which is I think my favorite Shirley Temple film is Poor Little Rich Girl.
Hmm.
Um, with Alice Faye. It's just such a good cast. And of course, I love Just Around the Corner, which stars Burt Lahr, another
Bert.
Ozzy and
She
Cowardly
really has
Lion
so many
favorite.
crossover with Oz actors.
Yes, because she was the biggest star at the time.
She was
Like
the one.
Judy Garland was in her shadow, to be honest. Like Shirley
Yeah.
Temple was the biggest child star, and everybody wanted her to be in everything. But she actually
Yeah.
had quite a normal existence in it. Of course, there's things that are absolutely insane, but her mother was really protective of her in the best ways.
That's
Um,
good.
yeah, like it could have been so much worse. And also Shirley just was so good. Like she was such a natural. If you watch movies like when
Yeah.
she first started to, you're like, oh my God, who is this kid? She's perfect.
She's like a prodigy.
She is perfect. She could learn a dance habit like
Hmm.
that. She knew everybody's lines apparently when she was like 3 years old, 4 years old on set. She just had a
She was
photographic
ready.
memory. Yeah, she was like ready to rock and roll. And she
Wow.
was just so neat. I mean, the whole President Roosevelt like really just solidified her icon status by saying
Hmm.
like she could make you forget the Great Depression for an hour
Yeah.
if you watch one of her
She like
films.
came at a perfect time.
Yeah, so we'll dig more into Shirley, my girl, and like I definitely have
Shirley!
honored her in my lifetime too. I did a My first ever solo work I ever did was a cabaret called I Can't Read Music, where I featured all the women I've loved and grown up with who all, like, coincidentally said that they could not read a note of music. So that was the through
I
line
love
of my
that.
storytelling. And Shirley was my first, like, woman that I introduced her, did some of her catalog. I want to say I definitely did Good Ship Lollipop. I did I'm a Military Man,
I'm
which
a
is the Jack
good
Haley song.
ship.
It's so good. And I did Just Around the Corner, the song that Burt Lahr sings in, was in my little medley. But
Where
definitely,
was the show?
I did it at the Duplex in New York City, and I did
Nice.
it in a couple venues in Philadelphia. I had a scholarship that I got like through cabaret, developing cabaret work. So I got to like develop it with this program called the Jolene
Nice.
Ringel program in Philly. So yeah, I got to do this. I did this in like my mid 20s a bunch
Cool.
before I met you, I think.
I know. It's
Yeah.
pre MK and Tara.
Yeah, I did it a bunch and I loved it. And it was it meant a lot to me to get to like, just honor the people of like why I do this, like
Yeah,
my DNA,
that's really
you
cool.
know? And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Shirley was a huge part of it. So she just lives in me
I
rent
love
free. Like I've
that.
watched all her movies so many times. There's a couple that I don't know well, and there's a couple that of course have not aged
She
well,
has so
like many of
many.
them. Yes.
Correct. I
Yes.
remember
Which,
watching, I don't know what we watched with
we watched
Andrea
Baby Take a
Dotto.
Bow,
Oh, that was a fun
where her
day.
dad gets shot and he's like, it's just a scratch.
He's like, it's fine. The clip I was referencing is with Bill Bojangles Robinson. The famous staircase dance where they're
Oh
like
yeah, yes.
the Little Colonel, 1935.
Yes, broke
That's the
racial
one that
barriers.
that's the one that I know
They're
the
the
best.
first interracial dance partnership to
That's
touch each other
crazy.
on screen
Wow.
to
And
dance
it's
together.
so good. They're so incredible.
And
He's incredible.
the first time they danced together in a film, there was all this tension and from like the execs being like, she shouldn't touch him, like all this stuff, which is
Wow.
like, oh yeah, insane. And she just kept reaching for his hand and he kept grabbing it.
she's a child and they're dancing. It's like it's so
She
pure,
didn't
you
know
know?
anything unless she was told things, you know?
Yeah.
He was like, she called him Uncle
Ugh.
Bill. They had such a special relationship. And he was honestly like the best tap dancer of his day. And he also mentored her. I mean, she could keep up.
That's what
She's
I
really
remember
good.
watching it and being like, okay, they are like neck and neck. They are going.
Oh, there's a
And it's just so
hilarious
fun to
account
watch.
of her tapping off with Jack Haley in her memoir that I will be bringing up.
Ah,
It's just too
Jack
good.
Haley.
It's our resident grump of Oz, you know, our Tin Man.
RGOO.
I just love him so much.
RGU.
All right. Well, let us get into this episode. We are
Let's
going
do
to dive
it.
on into the Bluebird specifically, a little bit more of Shirley Temple's Oz lore and some Oz
Hmm.
connections between this piece specifically. Um, and yeah, like the whole like how this tied in to the MGM Oz of it all. All right, we'll see you in the
Yay.
episode.
Welcome back. I'll be so curious people's responses to this episode. Like, did you watch this growing up? Do you have no idea what we're talking about at this moment? Tell us. Please share. We're diving into the Bluebird 1940 American fantasy film starring Shirley Temple, directed by Walter Lang. It's adapted from the 1908 play of the same name by Maurice Maeterlinck. Hopefully, I'm in the ballpark.
That's a good attempt.
Okay, good. And the reason we're bringing it up is because it can be considered 20th Century Fox, their answer to MGM's The Wizard of Oz.
No, they
1939,
heavily debated
1940.
that. They said no, that's not what they were
They said,
doing. But
don't you worry. But if you watch it, there are many, many
I mean,
similarities.
they literally just redid the Technicolor switch transition that Wizard of
They
Oz does, and
did!
it doesn't make any sense.
It's 100%.
It's so
And
abrupt.
there's many just like plot similarities of is it a dream, meeting certain people along the
Well,
way.
can I bring this up now? I don't
Do
think it's
it.
a dream because here's what is different.
You're
Here's the
like me with
main thing. We
Oz.
have Meetel and Telltale. I always get their names wrong. Telltale and
Telltale
Meetel.
title. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's Meetel. Meetel,
Meetel,
Meetel. They say Meetel.
Meetel,
Meetel and
and
Tytel. Those are the
Titel.
Yeah, that's the brother
I'm
and
gonna
sister
mess that up
duo.
800 times.
So we don't have a
Meetel.
singular ordinary child. We have
Yeah, we have
siblings, a
siblings.
Hansel and Gretel, if you will, very
It's
much in that,
so Hansel and Gretel.
yeah, fairy tale vernacular, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So because it's not just one little child going on this fantasy quest, we have a corroborating witness.
There's a witness.
The two of them are saying that they
Although,
experienced this, you
here's my
know?
rebuttal. If Toto could speak, which he can in the books, he would be able to corroborate.
That wasn't a developed plot point in The Wizard of Oz, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
But if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, if Toto's there and he can't speak, but
Well,
he was there,
in L. Frank Baum's Oz, Oz exists. That is just fact.
right. But the
In
film,
MGM's,
he's
the
there.
film, it is definitely a dream. That is what they are saying. But we
Well, not according to MK,
but we can
but
believe what we want.
yes, according to
But this is
MGM.
like they're doing the same at the end of the film when the kids are recounting what they went through. They're like,
It's the
"What?"
same idea.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
idea. They're like, "What has come over you?" They're in
You were
that.
there and grandma was there and grandpa was
But it
there.
doesn't matter because it's also like a Christmas carol, like for Shirley
It's
Temple's
also
character.
Christmas.
It's Christmas time, but it's also
Christmas
she's like an Ebenezer
time.
Scrooge. She's a spoiled, but she's not. Here's the whole thing. She's not. She's just a bratish, selfish kid who wants to be a rich kid, and
She's
she's
a
not.
child.
Which,
As I
like,
said off the
honestly
pod,
understood.
she's Amy in Little Women, where she's just like, I just want nice things.
I
I
just
don't
want
want to
nice
be poor. This is
things,
not fun. That also happens
right?
at Christmas time. They
Which
took
that
every
whole
major story and said, put it in
Yes,
one.
and that part of the plot that is in this Bluebird adaptation was contrived by Fox because of Gertrude Temple, Shirley Temple's mother, being like, "We are sick and tired of her playing good little girls. Give her some meat."
Oh,
But
make
then
her sassy.
they made this sassy young girl who wasn't really rooted in anything but the sass. Like it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Shirley does a great job. I think she's
There's a
wonderful as
moment,
being a little spicy.
yeah.
She's really good at
In
it.
the beginning, she's like, I don't want to be
She's also sweet.
poor. And then it's like 10 minutes later, she's like, Mommy and Daddy they aren't poor, they just don't have money, and there's a difference. I was
Oh,
like,
I wrote
wait,
that quote down.
Which one are you? Are you
Those are the heavy-handedness of the lessons coming in, I think, from the
right?
script. Like it's nothing to do with
Yeah,
character. So
right.
yeah, just to throw that in right away, there is like this
Uh,
you have someone who can corroborate that you went to this fantasy land. You have this little boy who also Gertrude Temple did not like him.
uh,
Shirley
why?
Temple's mother because he was
Why?
really good and they tried to make his role smaller
Oh,
because they didn't want him to overshadow Shirley.
Gertrude, Shirley's fine. She's already successful.
I know she was, I mean, there's so much with
Oh my
Gertrude
God, that's
that is
funny.
very intense. But also
He's so
I
cute
give her
though.
mad props though. She really had to be this
She was, yeah. Your child is like,
stern
ugh, one of the most
soldier for
famous.
Shirley. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the most famous person
Child, yeah,
in
actor,
in the world
person. Yeah.
ever, like for a time
It's
period. She was the
insane. And she's a child, so there's an extra element of like, you need to protect her. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll give you my bullets.
Yes,
I'm sure
please
we all want
delight
that.
us. We do.
We want it. Okay, here we go. Baby Shirley Temple. Mytel?
Tide, no, me
My
tell.
me tell.
Me
Me
tell. Think of
tell.
Angela.
Me tell.
Angela says it the best. The little girl in the window who's sickly.
Me
She's like, me
tell. I
tell,
know.
me
Oh, poor
tell.
Angela.
Angela's an icon. We'll talk about her.
Poor Angela. Okay, baby Shirley Temple. Me tell. And her brother,
Titel.
Tytel.
I think it's like Titel,
I
yeah.
did it. Tytel. Our unhappy children
Or
live.
Telltale. Do they just say Telltale?
It's spelled Tyltyl.
I think it's Telltale.
Beanie Baby TY.
Telltale. Me tell and
Whoever they are,
Telltale.
they're there. And they are unhappy children
I've
living in a
watched this
family.
movie 3,000 times and I still can't pronounce their
And I'm like,
names.
my
Like,
tell? They are living in a family they refer to as poor. Why do we have to be so poor all the time? Complains Meetel. One afternoon, they trap a bird in the forest,
honestly, me last night.
despite it's me looking at my bank account. One afternoon, they trap a bird in the forest, despite it being illegal to do so. It's
In the Royal
illegal.
Forest. Illegal to trap birds.
After showing it to their sick friend Angela, who begs
Everyone
them to
has.
give it to her. She's
Oh
like,
my God, the sickly friend is such a thing
please.
and it's such a trope in the
Such
30s
a trope.
films. Such a trope.
And the mother or aunt or whoever it is there being like, oh, my baby. She's the
Yes.
Beth. She's Beth.
Yes.
Shirley is Joe and Amy.
She's like a stanky Joe.
Or maybe T-Tell is Amy. And then someone else can
Telltale.
be Telltell.
Telltale.
Now it's Telltell?
That's what I've decided.
God.
Yes,
Okay,
I said that.
Telltale.
It's a me tell and Telltale. I'm
Okay,
pretty
she
sure
has
that's what it
me
is.
tell, Telltale. So
It's
everything
like,
is
come on,
tell.
Telltale. Yeah, it's Telltale. It's Telltale.
Everything is tell except me. Great. Our listeners are like, oh my God, continue on. Okay, after showing it to their sick friend Angela, who begs them to give it to her, the siblings head home where their father is called to report to military duty the next morning, much to their mother's sadness. That's a sad
Napoleon's
shot when
coming.
she's like washing
Oh,
the
she's an Academy
dishes.
Award nominee, baby.
Oh, we love her.
We love
She's a
her. Spring is her first name.
star.
She's, yeah, Academy Award nominee.
Oh my God, get it, mama.
Yeah,
Okay.
get it, mama.
Get it, Mama Telltale?
Oh yeah, Spring
Enter.
Beington? Spring Beington.
Her
She's
name
Mummy
is
Till.
Spring.
Mummy Tell.
What a great name. Hi,
But
I'm Spring.
they do say mummy. They don't say mommy. They say mummy.
Mummy. Mummy. Spring Byington? What a great, yeah, that's great.
Spring Byington. She worked, baby.
Oh,
All of these actors, they just had full careers. Not
Barry
me, who
Loon.
Barry Loon.
Enter
Incoming.
Barry Loon, the fierce fairy in a patchwork girl style cloak who turns their pet cat and dog and a lantern into people.
The whole kind of gimmick of
The lantern.
Bluebird is that things like inanimate objects have souls within them that are humans. Like, and you can
Right.
kind of free them from their trappings.
Yes.
Because when they free Tylette the cat, which we'll get into, the iconic
Tylette!
Sondegard, which we'll
Love
get
her
into,
so much.
the original cast, Wicked Witch of the West, one of our biggest Oz
Ugh.
connections to this
Yeah.
piece. when
Huge.
they free her, she's like, I'm not going back to being a cat. Like she wants
That's
to
the
be,
whole crux for her.
yeah,
She's gonna
she wants to be the
sabotage their
elegant,
journey.
slinky, slanky vixen
Slinky slanky.
of this weird world that we're in. Like it's very much like they're still in their world, but it's with like a fantasy mist over it. It's an
Yeah.
enchanted version of their
It's
world.
it's a dreamlike version.
It's very dreamland.
Yeah.
Yes. They don't name it, except they name all
It's
they don't
just
name the land overall. They
but
name
the
like all
lands
these different,
within.
the lands of memories,
Yeah.
the lands of the unborn
And
white
they go to the
children.
past, then they go to the future. They're
Land of Luxury
everywhere.
is my
Land of
favorite.
Luck. I was
I
gonna
would
ask
stay there.
which one you want to go to. Like, do you want to go visit your grandparents?
That scene we will get into.
It's really
It
sweet.
actually makes me cry now as an
I know
adult. The
it's sweet.
grandparent scene is really hard to
It
watch.
is.
I
I
was like, this
know.
is
Because you're like, oh, they're
you're
like,
like,
it
please
always,
remember
the
us.
sun shines when you think of us. I'm like,
If
oh
no one's
my
thinking
God.
of us, we're dead. Like it's
It's
just
like, okay,
so
I always need to be thinking of
yes.
like
Oh my
the
God, it's so heartbreaking. The
grandparents.
grandparents they're the representatives for the land of memories where they have to, because the whole thing is very Christmas Carol. Like they have to go to the past, the present, and the
Yes.
future. And
In order
Tyla
to
is,
find the
yeah.
bluebird of happiness.
And Tyla is like the
Violet
sabotager.
doesn't want to.
Yes, but continue on. Your bullets are great. Keep going.
Violet. Okay. So yes, she turns them into people and she tells them they must search for the bluebird of happiness.
Barry Loon, yes.
Love a bluebird. I love a
Bye, Barry
bluebird.
Loon. Never see her
And then she's
again.
gone. She's very like Pinocchio, good fairy, blue fairy, Cynthia
Who?
Erivo.
Who?
Barry
Not
Loon.
no. The Good Fairies is
She
like
gives me that
light.
vibe. Or Barry Loon could be like the witches from
Barry
the
Loon is
fairies
like an
from
old
Sleeping
hag.
Beauty.
Like Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, sure.
Flora Font, yes,
That's
that's
who
who
you
I
meant?
like.
I
Yeah,
was like, the
sure.
Blue Fairy is like the light character.
Okay, Blue Fairy Cynthia Erivo is the lantern.
Yeah, the light lady, the Glinda, the young Glinda, if you will, the young Billy Burt.
Barry Loon is hot. What are you talking?
Barry Loon is a boss. I'm not denoting that, but Barry Loon is
Barry
not
Loon
like the
is
good
not
fairy.
the lantern.
No, no, she's
Okay,
honestly
fine.
traditional Good Witch of the North, but a
Yeah,
little
very
crotchety, like I
much.
said. She's a little cranky.
Yeah,
She's
she's
like,
like,
"Don't you know what the bluebird
I know it's
is?"
like, wait, God, no, I don't. Why
No,
would
I
I know
don't. Could you
that?
educate me, lady?
Yeah,
Like, I have
like,
no idea what you're talking
hello?
about. You just entered my home without a search
Hi.
warrant.
You're trespassing, actually.
Barry
Breaking and
Loon,
entering.
what would you
And who
do?
told you that you could turn my dog Zeus into a person? I
Oh
don't
my
want to
God,
see
Zeus is a
that.
person.
He would be off the
Also, the
walls.
dog's music is like dun 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 dun
He's
dun
like,
dun dun
I'm
dun dun
dumb.
dun. And the cat's music is like it's so
So
good.
I really think that they do an excellent job of like,
Score's good.
this is how cats operate, this is how dogs operate.
They do. Very,
And their debate
very
because
black and
the
white.
cat is like, I don't want to serve the humans. And the dog is like, I live
I
to
am
serve the
subservient.
humans.
Yeah, the cat's like, absolutely not. Like, I'd actually
Today,
like to be the queen.
actually, today, as I was getting ready, Zeus was like on the bed in the bedroom, and I was in the bathroom across the apartment, but the door was open and it's like dark in the bedroom. I'm getting ready, and I like look in the bathroom mirror and I just see him staring at me. And I was like, a cat would never, like, he was just tracking me, making sure I was safe. A cat would be
The
like, I
cat
don't
would be
give
doing
a
something.
fuck.
The
Yeah.
cat would know you are distracted. The
He
cat
literally
would
was like,
be
alert,
clawing
watching
something.
me. It's
Oh,
like,
protecting
oh,
you.
he's so sweet. He's guard dog.
Tylo.
He's
He's very
he's very
Tylo.
he's very Tylo.
But wait, what
There's
would
too
you
many
do
similar names.
if you woke up and Barry Loon was in your room? Be
I'd be
like,
like,
get dressed.
can I borrow your cloak?
You'd be like, I like your cloak.
I like your cloak.
Like, where is she from? Like, we don't get any Barry Loon
Why was she
backstory.
summoned?
Why was she
Yeah.
summoned? Does she go
And
to
why
all
was she
miserable
like,
children?
why are you here? But Shirley's character doesn't question much. She's like, hey. And she's like, oh wow. She's never like, oh my God, my cat's a person now. She's just like, cool. This
There's
is what
like
it
little
is.
hesitant, like there's like little tiny hesitations of like, whoa, but then they just trust this woman because she is
I
pure
would be
magic.
very much like freaking
Yeah.
out. Like, is this permanent? Do I just have a human now instead of a dog? Okay, well, she says you must search for the bluebird of happiness. They venture to the past in a graveyard
How
where
do
they
you
visit
know
their
what a bluebird is?
grandparents. Their grandparents come alive because they remembered them. And we get like a yodeling Snow White Shirley Temple performance,
Lady-o, sing a happy
which is super
jingle,
cute. A
lady-o.
lot of this reminded me of Snow White.
Yodelay, yodelay, hoo-hoo.
She knows the whole song. She's
It's
ready.
giving Lonely Goatherd.
Hi on a hill close. I know that whole song, girl. I sang that. That's my lore. I sang that at
And
a recital.
the only song in this whole entire,
Except for the women's chorus song at the end that the kids are singing. It's
oh
like
my God, to
that's
their,
a chorus of grown women,
but the women, it's the mothers singing back for them. Oi.
but they were lip sync.
I know those kids. There's one little girl who's also like selling it. We'll talk about it when we get there. It's
I
so
was like, they
good.
aren't singing that.
There is like, so there's two songs in this film, and there was a song that was, I don't know what happened to it. I tried to do some research
It's
on like,
called
hey,
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
basically though, I tried to do some research on what happened to this song.
Someday you'll find your bluebird. Wait your turn, bide your time.
Wait your turn.
For when you find your bluebird, life will be so sublime.
So sublime.
Sounds so blind.
Lightning
Monologue.
are maybe worlds apart. When love comes, you'll find it on the windowsill of your heart. And
Of your
then
heart.
hear your
Bluebird.
sing a song of
Sing a
happiness
song.
to you.
Aww. That was cute.
This song is only present in the radio dramatization that was used as an advertisement on Christmas Eve, 1939,
Ah.
because they actually wanted to pace this further out from Wizard of Oz. They didn't want it to be compared to Wizard of Oz, so they pushed it. Like this should have been released in
That's a
December.
good song. That's
It, and
sweet.
this, well, the movie should have been released in December. It's a Christmas film. It's set
Yeah.
at Christmas time, but they pushed it to
Yeah,
like
that is funny.
March.
They're
So they
like,
did
never
this
mind.
radio dramatization, and this song opens it, but the song is not in the film. Did they ever record it? Like I can't find anything on this song. Like what
It's
happened?
very
Someday
somewhere,
you'll find,
someday. Yeah.
yeah, it's in the Someday My Prince Will Come. Someday you'll find your
Okay,
bluebird.
wait. Okay, wait.
What?
A month prior to its release, you were
Yeah.
talking about the radio play,
Yeah.
December 24th.
The-
During the performance,
Of that radio play, she almost was murdered.
as Temple was singing,
Yeah,
Someday
we'll
You'll
get there.
Find Your Bluebird,
She
a
almost was
woman
murdered.
arose from her seat and
Assassination
brandished
attempt.
a handgun,
That was loaded,
pointing it
fully
directly
loaded.
at Temple.
FBI was there.
She froze just long enough for police to stop her. It was later discovered that the woman's daughter had died on the day she mistakenly believed Temple was born and blamed Temple for
Oh,
stealing
wow.
her daughter's soul.
What?
You guys.
So yeah, the Bluebird also has, this is lore, an
Holy cow.
assassination attempt on Shirley Temple, like literally involved with
Oh,
it.
during that song.
She was in the front row at the radio show. This woman who definitely had mental health issues,
Yeah.
clearly. Her
Oh,
daughter
that's
died
so
the same day Shirley
sad.
Temple was born, but the fictitious date that Hollywood pushed, because Shirley Temple was actually a year older than Hollywood said. That was like a huge
Yeah.
thing. I
So it
remember
wasn't
learning that as a
even,
kid. So
yeah, yeah,
it wasn't even correct, even if she had this whole workings in
right.
her brain
It
of what
wasn't,
she, no.
oh,
This poor woman,
wait.
oh my God, she almost murdered
That's
Shirley
so,
Temple.
could you imagine? Oh my
No.
God. That is so, I just was looking
She
up the
had
song and was like,
bodyguards
what?
up the wazoo. It's in her book. We'll talk about it. It's in her book.
Holy cow. All right, well, I'm gonna continue with my
Yes.
bullets on that note. Okay, so yeah, they visit their grandparents and we get a yodeling Shirley performance. They then travel to a giant mansion. They live a life of luxury with Mr. and Mrs.
A
Luxury,
distraction.
where Shirley learns that Mommy and Daddy aren't poor, they just haven't any money. And there's a difference. Tylette, the cat, has an ulterior motive as she doesn't want the children to find the bluebird because if they do, she must return to her life of servitude to the humans. A fire explodes in the forest. This is all basically her making. And they narrowly escape. They then travel to the future, the wildest part of the entire film, where they visit the land of yet to be born
But
children.
Tylette dies. Tylette gets burned
Tylette,
up.
Tylette, but then she's back. So it
She
has
has
to be
nine
a
lives.
dream. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. She has 9 lives.
Yeah. They make a joke that
Tylette
she has 9 lives.
dies.
Yeah,
There's
Tylette,
murder.
like,
There's death by
Lady Tylette
fire.
dies.
So
Gail Sonnegaard
sad.
dies. She's burnt up.
I think they liked the dog better. So
I mean, the dog is loyal to them.
he's more loyal. Correct. But she's more fierce. So.
But Tylette is like a diva, and I think that
And she returned. She's like, yes, I died and I am here again.
I think Meitel sees the diva and is like, interesting.
Okay. Get it, girl? They meet their future sister who says she's so excited to be there, but she will only be with them for a little while once she's born.
One of the most scarring moments from this film, like the one,
Ominous.
this whole land of unborn white children is burned
Unborn
into
white
my
children.
brain.
No.
It is like entering an island of like, you know, like the religious Cupid paintings. Like it feels
Ew,
like that.
stop.
Like the
Yeah.
pink and blue togas on these children.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
All
know
the
what
same
this film
color
is
of
trying to
pasty
say.
white.
So I was like,
That's
as
my
a kid,
question.
processing this was so wild because
Yeah.
there's
I
like
had
a stork
questions.
swan ship that comes up to this
That
land of
ship.
unborn children every day and calls out names. Some kids try to go before their time. Some
Abraham
of the kids
Lincoln.
really,
He's
Abraham
there.
Lincoln and Thomas Edison are there.
Thomas Edison.
And like some of the kids like really know what their purpose is. Some don't. Like some say, I'll be born in a few years. Some
Like 3
say, I don't
years.
know.
Yeah, there's the girl
It's
crying because she's like, I don't know if they'll ever call my name.
it's yes.
Yeah,
And then there's like
what are
those
they
lovers
saying?
that they separate,
The
children
lovers.
lovers they celebrate. They separate, excuse me. They
The
separate.
children couple.
It's such a weird place to
What's the
exist.
moral of the story?
I don't know what they're trying to say here. How do you interpret this? This is one of the most
That was my
baffling
question.
moments. So I guess we're saying that
Um,
children's souls are existing. They already know their purpose in
Yeah.
life. They're just waiting to come down
it
to
feels
earth.
very religious. It feels very like
Very
biblical,
Christian.
you know, like very Christian, like
Also,
God
there's just
knows
no
you
diversity in
before
any shape
you're
or form.
born. I mean, there's a part of it that I'm like, oh, that's cute to think about, of like, you know, but it's also creepy. Like, okay, so they're all just up there
Because then they're going to become
hanging out,
babies.
right? Because they're like 7, and then
And
they're
like,
in
what's the
love with
logic?
each
And then
other,
like
and
when you
they're
become born, do
babies.
you forget this land? Because obviously, like Shirley's character and her brother, they have no recollection of this
No
land.
recollection of the land. And
They
how
don't
does she
describe that at all.
know? Their sister knows that obviously she's not going to live a long life. So then do you just forget that once you're born? Like, what's the point of? It's just very strange.
That's one of the. I think Gertrude
It's the
Temple,
strangest
Shirley's mom,
part.
wanted that part cut. She wanted it cut.
She's just
She was
like,
like,
I'm
"This is
over this.
depressing."
It is depressing. And
Little sister
it's like, I think
who
they just
became an
wanted the,
academic librarian in her life.
oh, she's your
I went
girl.
on her Wikipedia.
Oh my God.
She's in a couple
It's
little
very
things.
much like past, present, future. I see I see what they were going for.
Yeah.
And maybe that helps Shirley's character be like, okay, I need to like get my act together because there's more. There's more to be had. There's more life to
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, they witness various children be summoned to Earth. There's a child couple that's broken up,
It's the
crying.
Romeo and the
She
Juliet, yeah.
falls on the floor.
How she
So
falls on the ground
dramatic.
with her hair like
Her
just
hair,
washed
and
over
Shirley's
her.
crying.
Yeah, Shirley is invested. It's a tragedy.
Everyone's like, oh my God. And they all leave on a giant ship singing a beautiful song that their voices sound like a chorus of grown chorus women, as we mentioned.
Because it is.
The mother's singing. They say goodbye to the lantern woman and they awake. Was it all a
Light.
dream? Even better, a truce was declared. Wow, just in time. Father can stay home for Christmas. He doesn't have to go off to war. Meitel is feeling more grateful for her lot in life, and they realize they've had the bluebird all along.
Because the
The
Technicolor
bird from before.
stays. It doesn't go away at the end. We don't
Yeah,
go
it's still,
back
now
to
it's
the black and the
Technicolor.
white. She's
Mhm.
seeing life now with color.
In
The bird they
Technicolor.
trapped at the beginning was
It's
blue and they
now
didn't
the
even
bluebird.
notice.
They didn't know because they've
They
had
didn't
it all
know.
along. If I ever go searching for my heart's desire again, I'll look no further than this bluebird over here.
And then
So
she gives it to
Meitel
Angela.
gives the bird to Angela, who immediately releases it into the air.
Why is there an obsession with kids just wanting birds? I'm like, this is a weird world.
I
They
love
all
Angela
these
being
kids want
like,
birds.
ah! Yeah, why are they obsessed with the birds? Leave them
I don't
alone.
know.
Leave them alone.
Also, there's like a big moment, or I was like, oh my God, like where the trees are like, we're gonna fight these humans because they keep cutting us down.
Because,
And
yeah,
like,
they're mad.
yeah, I'm like, what are we trying to say here? And like,
Like, leave the
and
environment alone.
like, yeah, the dad even says to Shirley at one moment, like, I don't think the bird likes to be caged. Like, I don't think the bird wants to be trapped.
Well,
And she's
then
like, but
yeah,
I
it's like
want it.
the birds the birds are protected. It's illegal to hunt them. There
But
is
she still
an
gets it, yeah.
element of like leave the environment and the animal kingdom alone. Don't be selfish. And then it's interesting that
This
at the
film looks like
end,
Heidi a little bit at the beginning. Like
really.
it feels like we're in like a Germanic
Oh,
Heidi.
yeah, it is
Like
very, yeah, it's very German.
it feels fairy
Um,
tale theater, right? Like this whole
yes.
thing.
That's why it reminds me of Hansel and Gretel. That's like the most,
Oh my
know,
God. Grandma and Grandpa's
child,
house is
yeah.
so Hansel and
The
Gretel.
witch is lurking in the corner.
Candyland Cottage. Like it has like that charm
But
to it.
it is interesting that Angela, the like angelic and angel, Angela, is the one who releases the bird. So
She's like,
maybe it's like, oh,
oh no.
she's the moral character because she like frees the bird.
But she's sad.
She's also sad.
And Shirley
That's
is like all
that's why I was
wise.
laughing so hard because she's like, oh, I was so happy and now I'm so sad.
And
And
Shirley's like,
Shirley's
girl,
like,
it's
it's okay.
good.
I'm wise now. I learned my lesson. The end.
And
Storybook
she looks
closed.
at us at the end.
She's
She's
like,
like, but we can
hey,
find it again. And she's like, can't we? Doesn't
break
she
the
say, wait, what
fourth
does she say?
wall.
What's the last
I think
frame?
she does.
It's like, oh yeah, we'll find it again, won't we? Like it's like that. Like she looks right at us and says, like, won't we?
Now we know where to look. Now we know where to look for it, don't we?
Don't we? That's it. That's
Don't
it.
we?
We'll
It's
find it
so
again.
crazy.
She
Now we
looks
know where
right
to
at the
look for it,
camera. She breaks fourth wall, and we're like, oh,
don't we? We're like
hi,
Shirley's
girl.
looking at us.
Wow.
What a wild film. Absolutely wild. So I have a few rabbit holes. I'll just talk us
Yeah.
through. I wanted to shout out our costume designer, Gwen Wakeling. You know, I love my costume designers
Costumes
because
are great.
she worked really closely with Shirley. She worked on 140 films between 1920 and 1960. She started her career working with Cecil DeMille on Feet of Clay in 1924. She won the Academy Award for Best Costume Design for Samson and Delilah in 1951. She was the head costume designer at 20th Century Fox from 1933 to 1942. And this is
Wow.
where she created a lot of Shirley's looks, designed costumes for many of her famous films. She collaborated with director John Ford, Grapes of Wrath. Um, and she also designed the iconic original look for Barbara Eden in the pilot for I Dream of Jeannie, 1965. Isn't
Cool.
that fun? And so
I
she
love that
at
show.
Fox designed the costumes for 14 of Shirley Temple's films. Some of them she designed for included The Littlest Rebel. Look at me, I'm going to name some Shirley films for you from earlier on. The Littlest Rebel, Dimples, Poor Little Rich Girl, Heidi, Little Miss
Dimples is Frank Morgan.
Broadway. Ugh, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, The Little Princess,
Jack
Young
Gilly.
People.
Yes. So like her later
Um,
half, she did more of her films later
yeah.
on.
Uh, Barbara Eden talks about creating the I Dream of Jeannie look with her. She says, Gwen showed me sketches of the costume and I
Mhm.
loved it. And she said, all we need now is a color. What color would you like? And at the time, I was in a pink mood and I said pink. And she said, great. And that's what she did. That's how they created the iconic I Dream of Jeannie look.
That's cool.
Um, yeah. So I think the costumes are very sweet. They're very quaint. They're giving, Hansel and Gretel vibes. Um, and I think like
Feels like an operetta.
it's
It just
giving more
feels, yeah.
operetta than like Dorothy. I was like, is there any sort of comparison? I mean, she's wearing like a blue and white striped
It's
apron.
not the same kind of world. Like there's a
It's
little bit of
different.
like Art Deco sensibility with the land of
Mm-hmm.
unborn white children. Like there's a little bit of it there, but there's really not like a visual and like, they use watercolor backdrops. Like they have or the
Yeah.
matte backdrops. Like they
Yeah.
use that, but it just has a completely different
Different
feel in
vibe.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do really like Gil Sondergaard's cat costume with the like big red bow. That's another design
Yeah.
I
So her
loved.
like black cat has a giant red bow wrapped around
It's
its neck
so
when she's a cat. So when
cute.
she like adjusts to human form, she's in a slinky
Mm-hmm.
black dress with a beautiful red bow that is just
Yeah.
awesome. And her hair is braided. Like it's in this
Mm-hmm.
like sweet slicked back look. She looks so
She
fierce.
looks fierce. It's
There
very
are a lot of
Cinderella,
There's some
that
incorrect
transformation.
reporting that have said she turned down the Wicked Witch of the West to play this role, and I was like, no, this wasn't even
Hmm.
a thought yet. This film wasn't even a thought
No,
yet.
I don't see
That
that.
is not true. She didn't turn it down to play this. She literally turned down, well, just to go into this lore, why not, while we're here with Gail. Gail was the original cast, Wicked Witch of the West, for MGM because she had the same kind of spirit of the Evil Queen and Snow White, and that's what they wanted to do initially,
Mm-hmm.
make her this vixen, sexy, seductive. And then when they decided they were going to go a different direction, they screen tested her into a more conventional hag witch, and she did not want, as she just came fresh off of an Academy Award, she did not want to be
It's like I'm not
associated
doing that.
with an elder witch crone right away after she, was in like a prime of her career. I
I
get the
wouldn't.
choice.
I'd be like maybe in a year or two. Not right now.
Yeah, and like
I'm feeling myself right now.
I don't know if we talked about this. Like I don't know if we'd have Elphaba if Gail stayed.
Right, because it'd be like
It's
the
such a
Wicked
big
Witch
thing
is
if
fierce
Margaret Hamilton's
in
witch
a
is
like
just
slinky
so
way. Hmm.
different. And yeah, it's wild. Like I don't know what our culture would be if Gail stayed in, if Shirley Temple played Dorothy, which we'll talk about in a moment, like all
Yeah,
those rumors. I
right.
don't know where we'd be if that did happen that way. It's such a what
Hmm.
if. But yeah, she just turned it down because she didn't want to go that route and it was
Yeah.
amicable. Mervyn LeRoy was like, no problem.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, she gets to
But
be
she
slinky here.
does do this, which is great. She gets to be that version of the Wicked Witch of the West slightly in this film,
Yeah.
which is just kind of
Hmm.
wild.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's fun. The last little thing I was going to say about Gwen, our costume designer, is the first project she worked on, The King of Kings, Cecil DeMille, 1927, she was helping Adrian to design the wardrobe. So there you go. Adrian crossover.
Oh, a little connection between
A
our
little
two
Oz.
costume designers. Very
Yeah, that
cool.
made me happy.
Very cool. Since
Yeah.
we touched on Gail, I'll just give a little bit more on Gail before
Yeah.
we
Tell us.
move further away from her. Oh, so good. So this is a book I have that actually Margaret Hamilton's in as well. The name below the title, 65 classic movie character actors from Hollywood's Golden Age. It's wonderful by Rupert Allastair. There's a
Nice.
whole write-up on Gail Sonnegaard in here. On Thursday evening, March 4th, 1937, in front of 1,500 Academy members and guests at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles, strikingly attractive actress Gail Sonnegaard was presented the very first Oscar for Best Supporting
Yeah.
Actress in a Film, which is really, really cool. It was for Anthony Adverse that she won. Film debut, and such an honor wouldn't be repeated for a decade when World War II veteran Harold Russell was recognized for his part in the best years of our lives. So film debut with an Academy Award. That's pretty crazy.
That's
As
wild.
prestigious and historic as her achievements were at the time, Gail Sonnegaard's career became noteworthy for much more, and her film persona as a dark mystery woman or sinister female villain in the films in which she appeared marked her place in Hollywood's golden age. Dark, exotic looks. She suggested like they would say like she played like Latin characters because she had like her looks suggested that, which that's like a whole trope of the 1930s.
Hmm.
But she's has Danish ancestry, in the Scandinavian American heartland. I think her parents were immigrants from Denmark, but her parents were very progressive. They learned a lot from Henrik Ibsen. My mother believed that a woman should not be tied down to a family with nothing else in her life. They were also progressive politically. My father, we thought, voted the Democratic ticket, but actually he voted the Socialist ticket. My mother was a suffragette, and I marched in parades with her. So pretty cool, very
Yes.
Aussian to feel to it.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
she began in Shakespeare. She studied at the Minneapolis School of Dramatic Art before she went to the University of Minnesota, and she has an undergraduate degree in theater, which was not really like that wasn't common at the time. But she did a lot of
Hmm.
Shakespeare and a lot of theater, and she did Broadway before she would go to films. She was married when she started her film career. I think her second husband, she had a couple husbands, as a queen does. Um,
Love.
she, I think her husband was writing for Columbia Pictures, but Mervyn LeRoy was who cast her in Anthony Adverse. And that is a big reason of why he wanted to bring her into Wizard of Oz too. He really loved her performance in that. Yeah, there's a whole section here. Her friend Leroy had also made his way to Metro and was working on the studio's big Technicolor musical, The Wizard of Oz, when Sonnegaard began her contract. The imaginative director saw Gill as a sexy, slinky, sinister Wicked Witch of the West in the Oz picture. Interest was shown in casting character veteran actress Edna May Oliver, but Leroy was firm. So Edna May Oliver also was in consideration for the Bluebird, too. Her name was tossed around in some of the directors' throwing up of names before they finalized that. There actually is. I would actually love to get my hands on it. There is a little bit of history recorded in a booklet for the only CD to ever be released in the early 2000s of the Bluebird, because the score is
Hmm.
really good. And they did like a remastering and put it out. And there's information on like some of the early casting ideas for the characters. And Edna May Oliver was on the Bluebird too. She was another one with Wizard of Oz that just didn't happen. So yeah, we get the whole thing about the glamorous witch, black sequins, and then her just not adjusting to the ugly garb, in evil and ugly winning out over this sexy and slinky version. They just mutually agreed that someone else would be better suited to play the part under those circumstances. And yeah, it has the note about the bluebird here. She becomes the sinister cat. It was a huge Technicolor flop, it says. Then she just like always got like really great notices and things, like overshadowing Betty Davis in a film. In 1947, the United States House Un-American Activities Committee, HUAC, began investigations throughout the film colony for those with ties to the Communist Party. Her ex-husband, or and husband at the time, along with other Hollywood writers and directors who were suspected of communist activity, became infamously known as the Hollywood 10 when they refused to testify in front of the committee. They were cited for contempt for Congress, imprisoned, and blacklisted from working within the industry. Sonnegaard's career was also cut short, her last film appearance for 2 decades being 1949's East Side, West Side, directed by her old friend, Mervyn LeRoy. Isn't that wild? In 1951, the
Crazy.
actress was subpoenaed and ordered to testify before HUAC. Deeply tanned and wearing a black and white check suit, the New York Times reported she agreed that the congressional committees should investigate subversive activities, but said this committee is doing incriminating work. She took the Fifth Amendment and refused to disclose her political affiliations, but it ended her career. It didn't matter.
Wild.
She didn't have any movie or television work available to her. She did create a one-woman show that was appropriately called Woman that she performed in the mid 1950s. She did return to films in the late 1960s. Oh, I guess she was still with that man. Excuse me. She never, it was her second husband that she stayed with.
Excuse me.
Herbert Bieberman. She stayed with him. They had 2 children together. Yeah, and she died at the age of 86. She did a couple more pictures like later in her life. Yeah, just from she got sicker when she was older. Oh, they adopted
Wow.
2 children. Wow. So yeah,
Nice.
but her career was cut short because of the government. Isn't that wild?
Oh my God. Get them out of here. We don't
Yeah.
need you in this
Yeah, I would love
arena.
to know more about her. Just listen to
I
interviews with her
know.
because she's really such a striking presence. She's so good in the
She
Bluebird
really
too. I
is.
remember loving her as a
So
kid.
much fun.
And I remember making the connection. I made the connection as a kid for my 50th pictorial history book of The Wizard of Oz. They had those screen tested photos of Gail Sondegaard. I
Hmm.
made the connection that she was in the Bluebird and freaked out when I made that connection as a
Oh
child.
my gosh, that's wild.
Yeah,
No, she's incredible and so
so good.
stunning. Love that
So
lore.
good.
Yay!